A cake made with Coca-Cola? You better believe it! Hello, my dears! Buttercup the baking dog here, and today I'm trying something a little different. Recently, I was gifted with a lovely cookbook from the 1960s. I have found quite a few unique recipes, and through a poll on Twitter, I asked everyone to vote on a recipe that they wanted to see me make. The winner was a chocolate Coke cake. Now here is the fun part. I have never made this recipe before. I will be baking it right now for the very first time. So I hope you are ready to go on this adventure with me. Let's get started. Now, let's see here. Looking at this recipe, it's awfully brief, so it'll be quite interesting to create. First off, we're going to start by creaming shortening and sugar together. So here I have 1/2 cup of shortening and 1 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to cream these together using a hand mixer. Next, we're going to add 2 eggs that have been beaten. In you go. It calls for 2 squares of unsweetened chocolate, melted. Now, that's kind of a vague measurement, 2 squares, but I found that a square of chocolate is typically equivalent to 1 ounce of baking chocolate. So that's what I'm going to go with. I hope that will work. We're gonna melt this. I like to melt it in the microwave in 30-second intervals until it's completely melted. Perfect. Deadly chocolate. All right, we're gonna mix these until combined. It's starting to smell really good. Next, we're gonna work on our dry ingredients. We're gonna measure out 1 3/4 cups of flour. To that, it says to add 3/4 teaspoon of soda, which I'm going to assume is baking soda. In it goes. And 1 teaspoon of salt. And let's whisk this up nicely. We're going to need 1 cup of Coke. I believe this is about a cup. We'll find out. Now to our wet ingredients, we're going to alternate adding the flour mixture and the Coca-Cola. Whisking in between each one. Now it's time to prepare our cake for baking. Now the recipe does not say what type of cake pan to use, but I'm going to use a 13 by 9-inch pan. I've laid my cake pan with parchment paper, and now I'm going to spread the batter into it. Oh, it looks delicious. I'm so excited to try this cake. Except I can't. It's chocolate. Make sure to spread your batter evenly into the pan, getting all of the sides. All right, now we're going to bake this at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 to 40 minutes. Let's hope it comes out. Now while the cake is baking, let's make some icing. Now looking at this recipe, it actually doesn't have any icing in here. So I did a little digging and found a traditional icing for a chocolate coat cake. So we're going to make that now. We're going to combine 1/2 cup of butter, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and 6 tablespoons of Coke in a small saucepan. Bring these ingredients to a boil while stirring gently. Once it's boiling, remove it from the heat, and then gradually add in 4 cups of powdered sugar and stir until smooth. All right, our cake is out of the oven and it looks and smells amazing. We're going to ice this cake while it is still warm. So we're going to pour this icing right over it. Oh, wow. Now we're going to have to let this cool before we can try it. But gosh, isn't this exciting? Our cake is cooled and ready to eat. Doesn't it look just lovely? Now, since we all know what happened the last time I tried to eat chocolate, I had my husband give this one a taste test to see what he thought. If you like a sweet cake, this is definitely the cake for you. The icing has almost a caramel-like flavor. Absolutely delicious. And the cake itself is moist and tender with a nice warm chocolate flavor. In my husband's own words, I'd eat that with a glass of milk any day. Well, wasn't that a fun adventure? Thank you for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe for more exciting baking escapades. And if you want to continue to see my channel grow, consider becoming a Patreon supporter. My patrons get exclusive sneak peeks at new recipes, early access to episodes, behind-the-scenes videos and blooper reels, and much more. Find the link to my Patreon in the description below. Thank you all so very much. Until next time, mwah!